Hallstatt rises on the edge of the lake like a breathing reflection, a place where water returns to the sky the memory of the mountains, and silence seems to know more than it says. The houses lean against the slope as if, over centuries, they had learned to trust one another, sharing the weight of winter and the delicacy of short summers. Here, time does not run, it settles. It drifts slowly down wooden facades, rests on slanted roofs, trickles through windows that watch the lake with the patience of those who have never been in a hurry. There is something magical in Hallstatt that asks for no explanation. It is not postcard charm, but an ancient, almost mineral feeling born from the meeting of the human and what endures. The lake is not scenery, it is presence. The mountains do not enclose, they embrace. And the village, small and whole, seems to exist within an interval of the world, a space where life continues to happen as it always has, discreet, deep, essential. When everything around accelerates, Hallstatt remains, as if whispering that living can also be simply being. Between rock and water, Hallstatt learned to exist where there is almost no room for error. The mountain rises abruptly behind the houses, firm, silent, imposing clear limits on human expansion. Ahead, the lake stretches like a cold, deep mirror, changing mood with light and wind. There are no generous plains, no easy paths. The territory here was not conquered, it was accepted. For centuries, difficult access protected the village from excess and haste. Winter arrives early, closes passages, lengthens nights. Snow is not a visitor, it is an old resident. Cold shapes gestures, teaches economy of movement, turns every shelter into something precious. Living in this place has always meant understanding the weather, listening to the sky, respecting the mountain. Isolation is not absence from the world, but a specific form of presence. Everything that arrives, arrives with effort. Everything that stays, stays by choice. And so, surrounded by greater forces, the village found its own rhythm, a delicate balance between resistance and permanence, where nature is not an enemy, but boundary and guide. In Hallstatt, the day begins before words. Mist slowly lifts from the lake like an ancient breath, covering the village with a soft layer of silence. There is no urgency at dawn. Windows open one by one, not to announce the day, but to acknowledge it. A distant bell marks the hour without demanding an immediate response. The first footsteps echo on damp stone. One resident crosses the narrow street. Another studies the sky to read the day's mood. Simple gestures, repeated for generations, carry a precision that makes haste unnecessary. Coffee warms slowly. Bread is broken with care, as if the day must be treated with respect from the start. The lake accompanies everything in silence. Sometimes still, sometimes gently rippled, it returns the village's own image, reversed, calm, almost dreamlike. In this early morning, Hallstatt does not awaken, it reveals itself. Time does not push, it walks alongside, allowing each movement to find its natural place in the world.
Work in Hallstatt does not announce itself with noise. It happens as an extension of the body, as something that has always been there, waiting for familiar hands. Some tend the lake, others watch the mountain. Others handle wood, stone, the small commerce that sustains daily life. Nothing is excessive. Everything is necessary. Each gesture carries an invisible inheritance. The way a tool is held, the attention paid to the weather before setting out, the care taken to preserve what still serves. Working here has never been merely producing, it has always been maintaining. Maintaining balance, shelter, the possibility of remaining in the same place tomorrow. Human effort adapts to the reduced space, the steep slopes, the light that shifts quickly between the mountains. There is no clear separation between living and working. Life organizes itself around what must be done, and what must be done respects the rhythm of life. The body learns to ration energy, to listen to fatigue, to recognize the end of the day. In Hallstatt, work does not consume time. It accompanies it, like a quiet practice of permanence.
In Hallstatt, paths were not designed to lead quickly, but to remind one of the measure of each step. Narrow streets follow the slope. Stairs appear where the land ends. Discrete passages link houses that seem to grow atop one another. Walking here is accepting the rhythm imposed by the terrain. It is feeling the light weight of the body in dialogue with the inclination of the world. Movement is never neutral. Crossing the village means meeting familiar gazes, recognizing doors, exchanging silences. There is no anonymity on short routes. Each path holds stories of coming and going, of those who left early for the lake, those who climbed before the snow, those who always return to the same point. Movement connects, but it also confirms belonging. For a long time, the lake was the main road. Water linked Hallstatt to other places, bringing news, goods, absences. Even today, it remains a line of contact between inside and outside. Paths here do not exist merely to arrive. They exist to remind us that being in motion is also a way of remaining.
Time in Hallstatt does not pass in a straight line. It turns. The seasons return like old acquaintances, each bringing its own demands. Winter folds the village in on itself, covers paths, lengthens silences. It is the greatest test of cold, of waiting, of patience. Then, almost without warning, the light changes. The water frees itself from ice, and life relearns how to step outside. In this repeated cycle, the community recognizes itself. The same families, the same gestures passed on without speeches, simply through observation. Children learn early to read the weather, to respect the lake, to listen to elders without haste. Tradition here is not staged. It happens because it is still useful, because it still makes sense. Faith, customs, and small celebrations follow the rhythm of nature, not the other way around. Nothing is too fixed to change, nothing too fragile to be easily lost. Thus, between the rigor of the seasons and the quiet strength of human bonds, Hallstatt continues, not through noisy resistance, but through a silent choice to remain faithful to its own time.
Hallstatt endures as a quiet reminder that life does not need to be bigger to be deep. Between the watching mountain and the reflecting lake, the village continues to exist in the precise space between the necessary and the sufficient. Here, time is not something to be conquered, but accompanied. It teaches how to wait, to care, to repeat, and in that repetition, to find meaning. While the world learns to run faster, places like this insist on staying, not out of nostalgia, but out of wisdom, because they know there is value in listening to silence, in respecting cycles, in living with what lies before one's eyes. Hallstatt offers no answers, it offers presence. If stories like this, about villages, people, and ways of life that still converse with time and nature, also touch something in you, subscribe to the channel. Here, we keep observing the world slowly, one place at a time, to remember that remaining is also a profound way of moving forward.